Hello folks, we're going to show you how to make a primitive river cane quiver. How to use it in river cane. In river cane in our area, eastern part of Oklahoma, it just grows wild. You just go cut it. Use it for a little bit of everything. Makes pretty good arrows, hunting arrows. I've got a stack of river cane here that I picked, well, I guess it's been about 5 months ago. It's been drying. So we'll go through. I've already used some of this and made one quiver, and I'll show you how to go about making your own. Just a little shot to show you the different sizes of river cane. I mean, river cane, it comes about, I guess you can get about the size of your thumb on down to however small you want. Kind of get a shot here at the ends. I don't know if you see the different sizes that are stacked up in there. Small ones are good for hunting arrows, and what we use for what we call weavers, the ones we'll wrap around. And then the larger ones we'll use for the ribs. And you can see these two are rib size. We got one here that's rib size, and we've got a couple of smaller ones that's more arrow size, and what we use for weavers. We'll split them into quarters. The larger ribs, we'll just split those in half. I like to, before I start to split them, just get me some leftover where the limbs or the little branches are coming out. I've cut or broke off the majority of that when I harvested it. But I like to go through before I start and just knock those pieces off that are still on there. Always a gentle reminder to always cut away from yourself. I guess a safety tip. It's a quick way to cut yourself pretty bad. Move a couple of those over. Now what I'll do is this one there. But I like to line it up. The thing with bamboo, the river cane, when you, especially this river cane around our area, when you try and split it, it tends to curve. The grain kind of twists. And so what I like to do, I'll start my first cut on. It'll be in line with where the branches came off. I kind of like to line it up with that. And what I'll do is I'll hit it right in the center and go down. And I'm not cutting all the way through. I'm just cutting through the first layer down into the hollow part of the cane. And I'll take that all the way out to the end, and you kind of hear it when it pops through some of those joints. You can get out to a point that it gets kind of small. Sometimes like that it'll cut out and through. Then I'll come back to the other end, find out where I first started cutting, and go ahead and take that all the way through. And you kind of watch it as you're splitting it. See, it's starting to split now. But kind of watch it. If it starts to veer off, I'll stop. And this one seems to be going decently. But I'll stop. And you can kind of see there that it's starting to thinner on this side than it is on this side. So what I'll do, I'll stop and I'll go to the center of this joint and run my blade straight in. basically I start again. There, I took it all the way. So now I got one spot here that kind of gaps. I got a little piece that connects from here to here. And I just do is cut those, and then I'll come back through, and you see that little piece is sticking out, and just kind of trim that a little bit till that's even. And there's a rib. I call a rib my straight up and down pieces. And I'll come back over and trim this. Remember to cut away from yourself. And there we go. There's two. That'll make two ribs. Here I've split quite a few. I've got quite a few ribs here. What do I got? 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I got 12. It takes, to start a quiver, you have to have an odd number of ribs. That way as you're weaving in and out, as you go over one, the next time around, it goes under. That way, and then you come back around, it goes over. So you need an odd amount to start with. And I'll show you how to get that 9th rib started when we start the bottom of the cane. The quiver. Here's a handful of the weaver size. We'll go ahead and show you how to quarter split. We'll split them in half first, and then we'll go through and quarter split them and clean them up. Show you how to do that. We've already, on this piece, we've already trimmed off the leftover branch pieces, and we're going to go ahead and start splitting it. Once again, we'll line it up on the last, right here's where one of the last branches was, so we'll use that as our, make that the top part, and we'll start splitting down that angle. I like to split this piece of wood underneath it. Kind of keeps your knife from getting dull for one thing. And also, if you cut through, once in a while you'll cut through these. Some of these joints are pretty tough, and when you finally get through a joint, it'll pop on you. Cut through all the way through. We'll find where we started, and we'll go ahead and run him on through. I'm always kind of careful where I keep my hand compared to where that knife is. It's okay, it doesn't just split right in half every time you mess with it. That's also another reason I like to wear gloves. These little slivers off this river cane, especially this dried cane. You can get a pretty good sliver going. Alright, there's got it split in half. I'll take this one, a half piece, and all I'll do is I'll start from the end and go right down the middle again, kind of pushing with my left hand, kind of pushing that into the knife, but I'm butting my fingers, let my fingers butt up against this piece of wood.